Grüß euch, Servus miteinander. Hi everybody. My name is Dieter Manschura and I'm the owner and manager of the Artelino company. What is the Artelino company? We sell Japanese prints in weekly online auctions. And we are a little bit different than other online platforms, online auctions. Mainly in one aspect, we do not sell own inventory. We work like a conventional auction house, although we are exclusively online. What does it mean? It means no own inventory. Practically 100% of what we offer comes from consignments, consigned by dealers or collectors, or also partly by artists. Well, we also process the items. You have to send your collection to us. We photograph the prints, we describe them, we sell them in our weekly online auctions, we ship, we charge the client, we handle everything for us, but you have to send your collection physically to us. What happens to unsold items? We repost, and if we definitely cannot sell something, we send it back to you. These are the returns. Okay, let me talk a little bit, go in details, what are the requirements, what questions you might have regarding consignments. At that point, it's clear. Consignments are extremely important for my company, Artelino. It's just like the fresh blood supply for Dracula. And we need hundreds of fresh prints every month. Let's talk about, commissions. How much do you pay? Our revenue comes only from commissions. It's a certain percentage that you sell when you consign to us, but you pay only for sold items. There is not 1 cent, there's not 1 dime for anything if we don't sell. You pay only for prints that are sold. Another aspect, repostings. I already mentioned it. We may repost several times, but over a rather long period. We try to optimize that in a sense that we get the best results for you, and of course for us as an auction house, we have the same interest. Items that are sold are paid. How do we pay? We have a payment scheme that you have an option, either monthly payment or weekly payment. Weekly payment we pay if the total amount is higher than $500 or 250 euro if you opted to be paid in euro. And below, if the value is below, then we pay after 20 days. How to contact us if you're interested in selling your collections via Artelino? Well, we have a sell page. And please first read that page, okay? It's a little bit long, but there you find a description in detail, and most of your questions should be answered, and if not, then send us an email and ask us. There's also a cell form where you can ask questions or describe your collection that you can fill out and send to us. Or just in an informal way, just send us an email. That's fine too. What consignments do we take? We take only Japanese prints, but Japanese prints from all periods, from 300 years old to contemporary. And my dear friends, don't offer us single prints or something that has been hanging on your wall that your grandfather brought from Japan, and it's just one print. We have certain overheads. We have to set you up as a seller. And when you ship from outside the US, okay, we have to handle customs procedures, German customs. So we require a minimum for a consignment of at least 1,000 US dollars. That's valid, by the way, also when you ship from an EU member state. When you sell your consignment via Artelino, your collection, or you're a dealer, how do we support you? Well, there is an online seller area. It's a little bit comparable, like a platform on Google. Of course, not as perfect, yeah. But there you can find everything. You can watch our preparations. You can check the sales. You can see how we allocate your items to the future auctions. After auction end, you get automatic notifications with your items sold. In the email, you even have not just the item number, but an image so that it's as easy for you as possible. We send you notifications for each payment. We send you notifications for returns in advance and ask you, is it okay now? And this is not all manual email. We could not handle that. It's all part of our software. The system is pretty much progressed and I think should meet all your expectations and requirements. Well, if you think that's of interest and you think, yeah, I could do that with Artelino, what next? Well, we get into contact. We ask you to send a few images of what you have. And well, then this is usually individual emails. And if we agree and say, okay, well, then we install you as a seller. We set you up in our system. You can access the seller area. We send you an email step by step where we tell you what to do. You log in and you fill out a few things. You tell us what are your payment options. And we pay you by wire transfer, by bank transfer. So please submit your bank details. You can do that all in the seller area. And please, when you ship from outside the European Union, please attach to your package a pro forma invoice. You can print that pro forma invoice also from our seller area. We ask you, at the moment when you ship your consignment to us, to tell us by the seller area, and then we have you in our system and we have you on the radar, and we would immediately recognize if the shipment, well, might be a little bit in delay. You get a notification when it arrives at German customs. You get an automatic notification when it arrives at our locations. So we always have you then on the radar. How should you pack and how should you ship? Well, one thing, please pack in a professional way. Between two flat, first of all, pack flat between two stiff boards. And if you don't have a proper packaging material, let us know. We can send you an empty package with all the materials you need for safe shipping. Please do not specify your consignment shipment when from outside the European Union as printed matter or gift value $20. Well, these times are over. Specify a reasonable value. And also, please provide insurance, because we cannot insure incoming consignments. That doesn't work. And attach a pro forma invoice if sent from the US or from Switzerland or from Japan. Well, how long does it take overall to process your consignment? I'm asking you, please have some patience. because we do not put everything into one auction, but we do it in a more smart way. For instance, if you have 20 Kunisara, okay, we distribute it over several auctions. And as I said at the beginning, we have one auction per week. A few words about cooperation with dealers. If you're a dealer in Ukiyo-e and Japanese prints, we would love to have a long-term cooperation with you. Many dealers consign to us on a regular basis. Some dealers use us to renew their inventory. It makes a lot of sense, because when you have something on stock for 5 years, that blocks your inventory, and you could sell that and buy fresh stuff. You know how important fresh prints are for your good business, and what does not sell for your clients, it might sell very well for the clients of Artelino. Well, so much for today about consignments. As I said before, check our sell page, read it, and if you're interested, get into contact with us. I would be pleased. For today, thank you for watching and have a good week.